So I want to ask you a little bit about your current tow partner, Sebastian. How do you make it work where you go from being romantically involved with somebody to then being able to have a successful professional partnership together?
Yeah. I think like all partners, when you end up a romantic relationship, you separate and you take time apart to either get involved with somebody else or to heal from that relationship. And we took that time, worked apart, and then with maturing and getting over our feelings and being in a place to be friends only, that's when we started working together. And it's not like we have a gigantic field to choose from. We live in a small town. It's a small sport. Of course, we got along in the first place because we were a couple. So if we can still get along and still have that friendship that was there in the beginning, then why not? And we're two capable athletes, and we kind of have a lot of the same goals. And I think that's the bond that couldn't be broken, even though the romance was over.
How do you make that transition and how do you make it work well?
That's a good question. I never thought it would work. But same as I would have never thought breaking world records with her. I would have never thought competing with her. So that's just one more I would have never thought that would work, but somehow it just worked.
So how's dating in Nazaré?
Oh, there's no dating in Nazaré. With COVID, it's been pretty complicated. I can't wait to get a plane out of here.
Yeah. I mean, because it's what, a town of 10,000, and the majority of people are over 80 years old?
Yeah, there's not a lot of buzz in town. And it's a very quiet town. That was one of the things too for us, it was great for the time we were together because we were new in town. We didn't have families. We were fully dedicated for our sport. I mean, we were the company for each other. And then when we separated, we were like, where is my support? If my car breaks, what am I going to do? No. And we kept being that person to each other. Like, Maya, do you have food? The supermarket closed, So we were always helpful with each other because we needed that. We didn't have family here.
So how lonely does that make kind of the existence when, you're here and all in pursuing your sport?
It's lonely, but I think anyone that has like a strong calling might feel at times lonely because when we start looking a lot inside and we start discovering ourselves a lot, it tends to take you away from groups. You stop really defining your path a little bit more in a singular way. I feel alone often, but I don't feel lonely so much. There's a lack of people in my everyday life, but the connections I have, they're strong, and I try to be open to all the encounters I have in this small town. I'm probably not going to have a best friend that was born and raised in Nazaré, but I'm going to have the interaction that keeps me healthy and satisfied as a human connection with all kinds of people. And that's going to be sufficient for me to be happy. Although maybe there's not a boyfriend here for me, there is 10 to 20,000 people here, and they're great people. and therefore it's about, making an effort and choosing not to be completely isolated.
10 years from now,
Ooh,
where do you want to be?
I have no idea. Am I going to be in this garden? I hope not.
What makes you happy?
Nature. My dogs, my family. Surf makes me happy. Being at home makes me happy. Traveling makes me happy. A lot of things can make me happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's nothing else I can add to this interview. You know everything.
Anything I didn't ask that we should have covered?
Off.
I think that'll definitely make the show.